Okay, so just hold on for a while. I will be fixing my screen and ready my pen. Okay, kamusta po kayong lahat dyan? So, good afternoon everyone, especially sa ating mga viewers which is nanonood sa atin ngayon. Alright, so good afternoon and have a blessed afternoon. So, for this afternoon, we are going to discuss or to learn about general education, 15 items. Alright, of course, with Coach Choi. So, ready na? Before we start, of course, let's have a prayer. Dear Lord, we come to you in the spirit of learning, humility, and love. We are grateful for this opportunity to learn from each other and grow closer in our faith. We ask that you bless our time together as we explore the teachings of Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name, amen. So if you have you can have personal prayers for your own. All right. So that's it. And before we start, of course, get ready your pen and paper and you can take down notes later on. And of course, you can answer the 15 items and comment your score para po alam ko kung may natutunan po ba tayo ngayong hapon. So, ready na, malapit na yung board exam, September takers. I know that you've done so much, you review so much, and you are ready for this battle. Alam kong papasa, magtatap sa board exam. Tama? Alright, napaka-positive natin ngayong hapon. Okay, so sa aking Top Dalet family, alam kong nag-long test kayo ngayon and I know that you pass the long test. So, good luck mamaya sa ating mga top-notchers. Alright, so, let's start. Ready na? Ready na ba yung pen and paper nyo dyan? Okay. So last week maybe we have two discussions na sa professional education. So sa mga di pa po nakakapanood noon, andyan lang po sa ating YouTube channel. So you can watch anytime. So ito po ay general education na naman. Okay, number 1. Okay, so number 1 question. The writ of habeas data is invoked by any person whose right, letter A, may require a speedy and effectual remedy to relieve persons from unlawful restraint. Letter B, to life, liberty, and security is violated or threatened with violation by an unlawful act or omission of a public official or employee. Letter C, privacy and life, liberty, or security is violated or threatened in gathering, collecting, or storing of data or information. Okay, so it's something to do with professional education, no? May ganito din na tanong. Alright, because when it comes to board exam, meron talagang mga tanong na nilalagay nila sa Gen Ed, although it's Prof Ed, meron din yung Prof Ed is nilalagay sa majorship, which is yung mga majorship ngayon, especially English majors, are more on situational. Talagang they are interrelated. So you have to know it well. Okay, so go back with the question number 1. My clue there is a writ of habeas data. Ganyan din po ba yung clue nyo, teachers? Alright, I hope so. So, the correct answer with number 1 is writ of habeas data. Now, di ba may tatlong writ yon? Yung writ of amparo, writ of habeas data, and writ of purpose, di ba? Tatlo yon. Alright, so I know that you know it well na. So, the correct answer with our number 1 question is letter A, letter B, or letter C. May dalawang options dyan na halos magkakapareho. As you can see, option B mentions life, liberty, and security. And also, with option letter C, meron din siyang life, liberty, and security. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. Alright, so letter C, tama po ba? 1 point na agad. So, congratulations agad sa mga nakatamang sagot. So, bakit po ba letter C? Bakit the privacy in life, liberty, or security is violated or threatened in gathering, collecting, or storing data of information? So, let's discuss it further. So, here's the rationale. Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng writ of habeas data? Ito po ay petisyong nagbibigay protection sa mga taong nilabag o malalabag pa lamang ang karapatan sa privacy ng buhay mo bilang tao, kalayaan at seguridad dahil sa mga iligal na aksyon o pagpapabaya ng sinumang opisyal o ahensya ng pamahalaang nangongolekta at nag-iimbak ng impormasyon hinggil sa katauhan, sa pamilya, or even sa mga tahanan at mga komunikasyon ng, ng mga biktima. So, sa madaling salita, kapag sinabi nating writ of habeas data, ito po ay ang protection sa mga taong naglabag o maglalabag pa lamang ng karapatan. So I know and you know that every person has the rights. We have our own rights na kailangan natin yun protektahan, hindi po ba? Every person has the rights that we need to protect. At sa iba't ibang rights ng bawat tao, dapat alam natin yon and aware tayo doon at hindi tayo maglabag sa kanilang karapatan. For example, I have the right to identity. Alright. So I have the right kung ano yung pipiliin kong name. So kung anong gusto kong name. So as you can see, yung nanay mo or yung tatay mo nagbigay ng pangalan mo when you are since birth. But you have the right to change your name kung gusto mong palitan yung pangalan mo. That is the right to identity. So kapag ang isang tao ay naglabag ng karapatan mo na magpalit ng pangalan, that is a very no-no because you have the right as a person. So yun po ang sinasabi ng habeas or writ of habeas data. So as a person, you have the privacy ng buhay, ng kalayaan at seguridad. So tinutulungan ka ng mga government na protektahan iyon. So yung mga ehensya natin or ang mga sino mang opisyal natin na nangungulikta or they are collecting informations hinggil sa katauhan, sa pamilya at tahanan or mga even communication ng mga biktima. So that is letter C. The privacy in life, liberty, or security is violated or threatened in gathering, collecting, or storing of data or information. So sa kanina, sa letter B kasi, ang wala dyan is yung privacy. Diba? So bilang tao, you have the privacy in life. And kahit sino man, even the government must accept that privacy. Hindi dapat na ikaw ay government, kailangan mo ng, ano ba, kailangan mo ng mangolekta ng privacy ng isang tao, ng informations. Di ba? Hindi dapat ganon. Kasi even though na nasa mababang level ka ng tao, kahit farmers ka lang dyan, you have your privacy na kailangan mong ingatan. And that is letter C. So, your privacy in life, liberty, or security is violated or threatened in gathering, collecting, or storing data or information. So, yun po ang sinasabi ng writ of habeas data na kailangan protektahan mo yung privacy mo bilang tao. Okay. So, correct. Letter C is the correct answer. Congratulations agad. Alright, magta-top. Okay. Now, let's go to number 2 question. Number 2. In what way could the executive department exercise check and balance over the legislative department? So, sa ano daw paraan, sa anong paraan yung executive department mag-exercise ng check and balance over the legislative department? All right. Is it letter A, the president could veto a bill? Letter B, the impeachment of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Letter C, declaring an act of the president unconstitutional. Letter D, imposing salary grades to the member of the cabinet. Okay, first we have to understand the question very well. Sa anong paraan yung executive department daw makapag-exercise ng check and balance over sa legislative department? Okay, so I will give you time to answer. Okay, so sa government, we have three branches, hindi po ba? Yung legislative, executive, and judicial. Kapag sinabi nating legislative, they are the one who makes laws. Sila po ang gumagawa ng mga batas natin. When we say executive naman, executive branch, they are the one who sign the laws. They are the one to determine kung ipapasa ba nila yung batas na ginawa ng legislative law or legislative branch or hindi. So, legislative law making the laws, executive branch is sign the laws, and of course we have judicial. They are the one to decide naman if the laws are constitutional. So, it composed of 9 justices. Okay, so the correct answer here with number 2 question is letter A. Okay, the president could veto a bill. Okay. I'm sorry, let's go. Okay. Number 2 is letter A. The president could veto a bill. So, let's define the check and balance. Ano po ba yung check and balance? Bakit may check and balance sa government? You know what, teachers? Yung check and balance is napaka-importante sa government. So, check and balance usually ensure that no one person or department has absolute control over decisions. Clearly define the assigned duties and force cooperation in completing tasks. Kaya po, may check and balance sa government natin ay para po pantay-pantay yung mga power ng bawat employee or department ng government natin. 'Di ba? We have legislative, executive, and judicial. So we have check and balance po para pantay-pantay yung mga kapangyarihan nila at hindi sila control ng ibang decisions. So that department must have check and balances to ensure that no one person is above the law. So, doon din po may check and balances para makapag-assign ng duties and ano yung mga cooperation in completing the task. So, that is. And of course, kanina sinabi ko yung legislative branch is the one who make laws. So, the legislative branch make laws, but the president in the executive branch can veto a law. So, kanina sinabi ko din na sa executive branch, diyan na sila magsasign kung kung ipapasa ba nila yung batas or hindi. So, tandaan natin kapag sinabing legislative laws, they are the one who make the laws. Sila yung gagawa ng batas. At kapag sinabi naman natin executive branch, they are the one to sign the law. Sila yung magsasign if papasa ba ang batas. So, sa executive branch is who is the person na gagawa ng veto. Kapag sinabi nating veto is the term to stop the action of becoming a law. Okay. Okay, yun ang veto. Stop the action of becoming a law. So usually, the president should take that action. So yung presidente natin ang magde-decide if ipapasa nyo ba yung batas or hindi. So, he or she has the power to sign that certain law kung ipapasa niya ba ang batas or hindi. Alright. At yung judicial naman, yun yung magdi-declare na ng law. Okay, go back with the question. In what way could the executive department exercise check and balance over the legislative department? Of course, sinabi ko, ang gagawa ng veto na yan is only the president. So, the president could veto bill. So, ngayon, si President Bongbong, um, he has the power to veto a bill. Alright. Again, kunting ano lang po, informations again. When we say legislative, the branch that makes the laws. Yung branch na yan ay gagawa ng batas. When we say executive, yung branch na yan ay magsasign ng batas kung papasa ba yung batas or no. And of course, yung judicial naman is the one to decide if the laws are constitutional. So that's it. Our three branches government here in the Philippines. So, tama agad. 2 points na po ba, teachers? Well, very good naman po. Talagang papasa at magtatap sa board exam. Okay, please clap your hands to yourself kung 2 points na agad. Napakagaling naman sa government. Now, let's move on with number 3 question. Alright, ito naman tayo sa mga heroes natin. Number 3. Plaridel wrote the pamphlet La Philocracia Filipina, La Philocracia Filipina, in order to emphasize that the friars were the rulers during the Spanish colonial period. Who was Plaridel? Okay, so yung tinatanong po dito, sino daw yung tinatawag na Plaridel? Plaridel is the pen name of a very known person. Is it letter A, Andres Bonifacio, letter B, Graciano Lopezina, letter C, Marcelo H. Del Pilar, or letter D, Antonio Lona? Okay, sino po yung tinatawag nating Plaridel? Plaridel. Ha, bibigyan ko po kayo ng clue. Yung tinatawag nating Plaridel ay may Del Monte. Aha, sino yung may Del sa pangalan sa apat na yan? Sino yung may Del dito? Alright, nahanap agad. Wow, very good. Very good. That is letter C. Alright, the correct answer is Marcelo H. Del Pilar. So, kilala po siya sa Plaridel. Now, here's the rationale. On December 29, 1936, okay, noong December 29, 1936, a bill was passed and approved changing the town's name from Cuenca to Plaridel. So, noon pala, may town tayong tinatawag na Cuenca. Pero pinalitan siya sa pangalang Plaridel na para its honor of our great hero that named Marcelo H. Del Pilar na nagmula pa sa Bulacan. Okay, si Marcelo H. Del Pilar po ay from Bulacan. Okay, so that is the first name, Plaridel. And he also considered the father of Philippine Masonry. That is Marcelo H. Del Pilar. Siya po yung father of Philippine Masonry. Pinanganak po siya noong August 30, 1850 at Barrio Cupang, San Nicolas, Bulacan, Philippines. At namatay po siya noong July 4, 1896 sa Barcelona, Spain. Alright. So one of his great contribution ni Marcelo Del Pilar is the anti-friar movement. Okay, so the anti-friar movement. Okay, the importance of the Anti-Friar Manifesto of 1888 is that it denounced the anti-Filipino Archbishop Pedro Payo and the bad friars for meddling in the movement. So bawal po yung mga priests natin na or mga archbishops natin na considered as bad friars, which is enriching themselves contrary to their monastic vow of poverty, opposing the teaching of Spanish language to be. So, isa din po sa contribution ni Marcelo H. Del Pilar, may nabasa ako, is the education for the youth. So, isa din po yan sa contribution niya. Talagang binigyan niya ring pansin yung education para sa mga kabataan. Alright, so the correct answer, Plaridel, is Marcelo H. Del Pilar. Very good. Alright, at kilala din po siyang tawag na Father of Philippine Masonry. Saan? Taga saan si Marcelo Pilar? From Bulacan. Very good. Alright. So, another options is yung letter A kanina, Andres Bonifacio. Oh, kilalang kilala, Andres Bonifacio. So, Andres Bonifacio used the pen name My Pag-asa, or in English, one who has hope. So, Andres Bonifacio, My Pag-asa. Alright, Andres Bonifacio was born in 1863 and died on 1897. He is the founder of the Katipunan, a militant nationalist secret society that led the rebellion against Spain. So, siya po ang namuno sa secret society na tinatawag na Katipunan. So, Andres Bonifacio. Bonifacio declared Philippine independence in 1896 at dahil doon sa secret society na yun ay um, uh, we ano we have the independence noong 1896 in the wake of execution of his hero and mentor of Jose Rizal. So imagine si Andres Bonifacio ay um, naging mentor niya talaga si our very own Dr. Jose Rizal. So dahil po doon ay we have our independence. So from Spaniards. So talagang yung mga Spaniards ay talagang gusto nilang sakupin ng ating bansa at mabuti na lang we have our heroes na talagang dugo at pawis ay talagang binigay nila para sa ating mga Filipino. So again, Andres Bonifacio, one of the known pen name is My Pag-asa, or in English, one who has hope. Alright. Okay, so another one is Andres Bonifacio pa rin po tayo. He is a self-trained writer. Self-trained writer po siya. Talagang nagsusulat po siya. Yun nga po, another pen name niya na tinatanong din sa board exam is Agapito Bagumbayan. Alright, Agapito Bagumbayan, Andres Bonifacio. What are the writings of Andres Bonifacio? Ito po ay pag-ibig sa pag-ibig sa tinubuang bayan. Hindi na nakikita yung pen ko. Wait. Alright. Pag-ibig sa tinubuang bayan. Okay, ayan, black, nakita na at last. Pag-ibig sa tinubuang bayan by Andres Bonifacio. It is a patriotic poem. Of course, para sa kanyang country, which is the Philippines. Another work of Andres Bonifacio is Katungkulang Gagawin ng Mga Anak ng Bayan. Katungkulang Gagawin ng Mga Anak ng Bayan, Akatipunan Dekado. Alright. And isa pa ay ang dapat mabatid ng mga Tagalog, a politico-historical essay. So, Andres Bonifacio is very fond in writing. So, yung mga writings niya po ay naging known din, and it serves us as an inspiration. Diba? Sa mga writers natin dyan, yung mga mahilig magsulat talaga ay talagang one of our inspiration ay yung mga heroes natin na talagang very fond when it comes to writing. Alright, si Andres Bonifacio, Agapito Bagumbayan, and another one is My Pag-asa. So talagang tinatanong yan sa GenEd. May 1 point na agad. Now, let's move on to another option kanina, yung letter B, Graciano Lopez Haina. Kilala niyo po ba siya, si Graciano Lopez Haina? Okay, ano po ba yung contribution niya? Of course, our very own, the propaganda movement. Sa kanya po yun. The very first is Propaganda Movement by Graciano Lopez Haina. Okay, in addition, he is remembered by the Filipino people for his literary contributions to the propaganda movement. Lopez Haina founded the fortnightly newspaper. Okay, yung isa sa newspaper na talagang very known sa kanya is the La Solidaridad. Alright, La Solidaridad. When the publication office moved from Barcelona to Madrid, editorship was succeeded to Marcelo H. Del Pilar. Okay, di ba sa La Solidaridad, tatlo dyan, di ba? Tatlo yan sila. But, nangunguna dyan si Graciano Lopez-Aina. Okay. La Solidaridad, ang hirap naman bigkasin na talagang Spain words. Okay, the La Solidaridad, published on November 15, 1895. Okay. One of the pen name of Graciano Lopez-Aina, ang kilala natin na Diego Laura. Diba? Diego Laura is by Graciano Lopez-Aina. I know that you know another pen names of Graciano Lopez-Aina. So, yung kilala po sa kanya when it comes to per exam, yung tinatanong dyan is Diego Laura. Graciano Lopez-Aina. Okay. Now, let's move on with another one. Here, si Graciano pa rin. Pinanganak po siya noong December 18, 1856. A most notable hero and genius of the Philippines. Wow, genius talaga ang napakatalino ni Graciano Lopez-Aina. Ito yung hindi ko talaga makakalimutan kay Haina. Kami. Isang place lang kami, isang lugar kami. The pride of Haro, Iloilo. He won the admiration of the Spaniards and Europeans. Talagang pride naming mga Iloilo yan, si Graciano Lopez-Aina. Because I came from Iloilo. So also with Graciano Lopez-Aina, siya po ay nagmula sa Iloilo, specifically in Haro. Alright. So, inamamaos na po ako. So, number 2 pa lang po tayo. And yung last option natin kanina is Antonio Luna. Antonio Luna was a pharmacist. Mahilig naman po siya sa mga science, sa medicines, and he was considered as a pharmacist. Was banished by the Spaniards to Spain. Joined the propaganda movement and contributed his writings to La Solidaridad. Okay, di ba? Isa din po siya. Okay. So, Antonio Luna was joined the propaganda movement. And may mga naisulat din po siya sa La Solidaridad. His pen name was Tagailog. Okay. Isa sa mga known na pen name ni Antonio Luna is Tagailog. For the information of everyone, yung La Solidaridad was established to express the goal of the propaganda movement towards achieving assimilation with Spain. So, nung mga panahon na yun, yung mga Spaniards talaga ay gustong sakupin ang ating bansa. And here it comes, our heroes. Nag-create sila ng La Solidaridad. Ang hirap talagang bigkasin, no? La Solidaridad. It came out on February 15, 1889. That is a newspaper. That's a newspaper. Okay. So, Antonio Luna died at the age of 33. Oh, so young. Namatay po siya at age of 33 in June 1899. He was put to death by the soldiers of Aguinaldo because of his instant rise to fame, which became a threat to Aguinaldo. So, parang may ano pala sila, may awayan sila ni Aguinaldo. Diba? Kasi sabi nga dito, he was put to death by the soldiers of Aguinaldo because of his instant rise to fame. So, ang bilis niyang maging famous, ang bilis niyang maging known. And maybe si Aguinaldo ay envy kay Luna, so pinapatay niya. Okay. So that is Antonio Luna. Kilala siya sa tawag na Taga-Ilog. Okay, what are the legacies of Luna? So during the 1951, the first post-war Philippine 50 peso bill. So sa kanya yung first 50 peso bill. Of course, the Monument of Luna ay nakatatag sa Plaza Los Rosa, Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija. Wow! May monument din po si Luna at nakatatag po yun sa Nueva Ecija. A Philippine military base, Camp Antonio Luna in Limay, Bataan. So those are the legacies of Luna. Antonio Luna, nakilala bilang taga-Ilog. Alright, so now let's move on with question number 4. Ang bilis pala. Napapaos na ako. Okay, number 4 na po tayo. 3 ano na ba? 3 scores na ba agad? Okay, I hope so, no? Parang sisiw na lang po yung mga tanong sa inyo. Talagang ready na sa board exam for the win. Okay, number 4 question. In his reign as a governor-general, Jose Vasco introduced economic reforms, a general economic plan aimed at making Philippines self-sufficient. He also introduced the blank in the present-day Region 1 and 2 in the Philippines on 1781. So sa tanong na ito, ano daw po ba yung prinudyos ni Governor General Jose Vasco? Ano po ba yung isa sa mga contributions niya na talagang tumatak at naging famous siya? Is it letter A, rice monopoly, or letter B, tobacco monopoly? Very easy. Of course, our answer for that question is letter B, tobacco monopoly. Okay, as you can see, Basco starts with letter B. Okay, Basco starts with letter B. Therefore, tobacco, BB, Baco. Tobacco, Basco, tobacco monopoly. All right. So here it comes. The tobacco monopoly refers to the 1782 economic program of Spanish Governor General Jose Vasco, in which tobacco production in the Philippines was under total control of the government. Some pueblos were designated as tobacco districts. Yung sinabi nating pueblos, ano po ba yun? Ang mga town. Di ba? Alright, wait. Pueblos were designated as tobacco districts like Ilocos and Cagayan. So, sa lugar po na yan, Ilocos and Cagayan, dyan po mas na-designate yung tobacco. And tobacco planting became compulsory to the point that some crops were abandoned. Brought in the country from Mexico, this became to the Philippines under Spanish colonial rule. Most important industry in the 18th century, it took effect through a royal decree signed by King Carlos III of Spain. Okay, tandaan lang natin na kapag sinabing si Vasco, siya po ay sa kanya po yung tobacco monopoly. And the question, who stopped that tobacco monopoly in the Philippines? Sino daw po yung nagpa-stop ng tobacco monopoly? It was terminated by the colonial government in 1882. Kasi, yung monopoly ng tobacco ay talagang nag-brought ng immeasurable benefits sa ating bansa for many decades. Diba? Talagang ang laki ng impact niya sa ating bansa. That's why the Philippines invaded many countries, hindi lang Spain. Alright, so tobacco monopoly, Jose Vasco. Very good. Wow. Now let's move on with number 5 question. Alright, number 5. The Sandugo, one blood. The Sandugo, or also known as one blood, was a blood compact performed in the spirit of friendship between the Spaniards and Filipinos by Dato Sicantuna and Spanish explorer Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. So, si Dato Sicantuna po at si Miguel Lopez de Legazpi ay gumawa ng blood compact as a form of their friendship, as a spirit of their friendship between Spain and Philippines. So, ang Blood Compact na yon, the Blood Compact has a monument which can be found in, saan daw po matatagpuan yung Blood Compact Monument? Is it letter A, Tagbilaran, Bohol? Letter B, Panay Island. Okay, sulat-sulat. What is your answer for number 5? Saan matatagpuan yung monument na yon? Letter A. Very good. Sa Tagbilaran, Bohol. Okay, here's the rationale. Ito po siya, the Sandugo Shrine. Ito po yung monument na sinasabi kanina that can be found in Tagbilaran, Bohol. Alright, the Blood Compact Monument is an artwork that was made to honor the first international treaty between the Philippines and Spain. The memorial stands in an area along the side of what is now known as Tagbilaran East Road in the Bohol po to Bohol district. So, if makakapunta tayo or kayo sa Bohol in the future, bisitahan po natin yung Sandogo Shrine. Okay, kasi it brings great impacts to the Filipinos. So, talagang we need to discover and reflect those events. So, that is matatagpuan po sa Bohol. Yung Blood Compact ni Dato C. Catona at ni Miguel Lopez de Legazpi ay matatagpuan sa yung monument matatagpuan sa Tagbilaran, Bohol. Alright, very good. +1. Galing-galing naman ang taong bayan. Malapit na ang board exam, kaya sure na papasa. Alright, now let's move on to number 6 question. 15 items po to ha. Kailangan tapusin po yung video and comment nyo po yung magiging score nyo after this video. So sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, please subscribe na po kayo para always updated. And if you have given a chance, of course, magpa-membership na rin po kayo. So, you have to click join button and just follow the process. Alright. Now, let's move on with number 6 questions. Number 6. La Solidaridad, kanina pinag-usapan din natin ang La Solidaridad. Being the principal organ of the reform movement in Spain, aims towards achieving assimilation of Philippines to Spain. The known triumvirate of the talagang hirap bigkasin. La Solidaridad, where? Okay, sino yung tatlong mahalagang tao na talagang bumuo ng La Solidaridad? Ang hirap bigkasin ng La Solidaridad, no? Kapag ang bilis mong magbigkas. Parang nabubulol ka. Alright, so sino daw po yung tatlong tao na yon na kilala? Letter A, Rizal, Lopez Haina, and Ponce. Sila po ba yon? Nawala na naman yung pen ko. Bakit? Wait lang, nawala na naman si pen. Pen de Sara pen. Ayaw na gumana. Alright, ayun. Rizal, Lopez Haina, and Ponce. Sila po ba yung tatlo? Letter B, Rizal, Del Pilar, and Paternos. Siya po ba yun? Letter C, Rizal, Lopez, and Luna. Siya kaya yun? Or letter D, Rizal, Lopez Haina, and Del Pilar. What's the correct answer? Number 6, the correct answer is, sino yung tatlong tao na nagkilala sa La Solidaridad? Ang hirap talagang bigkasin. Alright, the correct answer is letter D. Very good. Si Rizal, si Lopez Haina, and si Del Pilar. Sila po yung tatlong tao na kilala sa pagtatag ng La Solidaridad Movement. Okay, bakit? Bakit silang tatlo? Bakit mo ba tinatanong sila nga? Joke lang po. Alright, so kidding aside. Ang tatlong yon ay tinatawag silang triumvirate. Trio means tatlo. Hindi pwedeng dalawa means Tatlo talaga sila. Kaya nga po, trio. Alright, si Lopez Aina, si Rizal, and of course, si Marcelo del Pilar. They are the three leading figures of the propaganda movement, and magazines, poetry, and pamphleteering flourished. Alright, so tatlo po sila. Yun po sila. Talagang sa board exam, talagang minsan ay tinatanong talaga yan. Sino daw po yung tatlong nagtatag ng propaganda movement? Right. Pwede din itanong na sino yung tatlong nagtatag ng propaganda movement? Si Rizal, si Graciano Lopez Aina, si Marcelo del Pilar. Pwede din na itanong na ano ano yung movement na ginawa ni na Del Pilar, Jose Rizal, Graciano Lopez Aina. Yung sagot naman ay La Solidaridad. Kasi when it comes to board exam, talagang pinaikot-ikot lang nila yung concept. So um, you have to know it better. Alright. So again, kanina yung ini-explain ko na yung La Solidaridad. Ngayon naman, i-explain ko na naman sa inyo. La Solidaridad was established express the goal of propaganda movement towards achieving assimilation with Spain. So, tinatag daw po yan para sa assimilation from Spain. That is the goal of propaganda. Okay. Kapag sinabi nating assimilation, di ba, it's the process of taking in and fully understanding of information or ideas. So that is assimilation. The first issue of La Solidaridad came out on February 15, 1889. A fortnightly and a bi-weekly newspaper, La Solidaridad serves as the principal organ of the reform movement in Spain. So, like what I said earlier, yung La Solidaridad po ay talagang ng great impact sa ating mga Pilipino. So it's part of our history that movement, that propaganda movement brought us the great impact. So yun lang po ang tatandaan natin. The three triumvirate is Marcelo, Jose Rizal, and of course, Graciano Lopez Zaina. Okay. At or the first issue, yung newspaper na yun is noong February 15, 1889. Okay, yun ang po tatandaan natin. Now, let's move on with question number 7. It's already 3:36. Siguro 1 hour na naman ito. Okay, sa hindi pa po Top Dalet family, pwede po pa po kayo mag-join sa aming GC. So, message nyo lang po ako. Or may mga staff po ako na willing ano sa inyo, accommodate. Alright, so now let's move on with number 7. Okay. Father Pedro Pilaes fought for the secularization of the Filipino clergy, and for such he was known as the. So, kilala daw of what si Father Pedro Pilaes? Letter A, Father of Philippine Revolution. Letter B, Godfather of the Philippine Revolution. Letter C, Father of Philippine Independent Church. Ano po yung sagot niyo, number 7? Kilala daw po sa pagiging ano si Father Pedro Palaes. Pilaes po to, not Pilaes. It's letter E, Pilaes. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is letter B. Okay, Father Pedro Pila is known as the godfather of the Philippine Revolution. Okay. Now let's discuss it further. Okay. So, yeah, he is considered as the godfather of the Philippine Revolution. So in the early 19th century, Pilaes advocated for the secularization of Filipino priests and is considered the godfather of Philippine Revolution. So tandaan natin, si Pedro Pilaes, siya po yung secularization movement. Kasi tinatanong din po yan minsan eh. Ano daw yung movement ni Pedro Pilaes? Secularization movement. Kilala siya sa pagiging godfather of the Philippine Revolution. Okay. His cause towards beautification has been initiated. He is designated with the title Servant of God. So talagang uh, he is considered as the servant of God. Kaya nga po tinatawag siyang Godfather of the Philippine Revolution. Pedro Pilaes. Alright, take notes niyo po yan ha. Okay. Yung letter A kanina, Father of Philippine Revolution, sino po yon? No other than Andres Bonifacio. Okay. Andres Bonifacio considered as the father of Philippine Revolution. Yun lang po. Considered as a father of revolution and considered din po siya as, or of course, national heroes, as one of our national heroes of the Philippines. Kapag Godfather of Philippine Revolution, Pedro Pelaez. Kapag Father of Philippine Revolution, Andres Bonifacio. Very good. Kapag sinabing Father of Philippine Independent Church, we have Gregorio Aglipay. Kapag Father of Philippine Independent Church, we have Gregorio Aglipay. Alright, or tinatawag din natin siyang IPC, hindi po ba? Okay, so our Aglipayan Church is a popular schismatic Catholic church founded in 1902 by the priest Gregorio Aglipay and Senior Isabelo de los Reyes. Okay, so sa church po na ito, dalawa po yung nagtatag, si Gregorio Aglipay and si Senior Isabelo de los Reyes. Pero si Gregorio Aglipay lang po yung tinaguriang Father of Philippine Independent Church. Take note nyo po yan na. Okay, again, kapag sinabi natin Godfather of Philippine Revolution, si Pedro Pelaez. Kapag Father of Philippine Revolution, Andres Bonifacio. Kapag Father of Philippine Independent Church, si Gregorio Aglipay. Very good. Palakpakan po ang inyong mga sarili kasi I know that at this moment of time, talagang you take time to take down notes at talagang mag-review po talaga ng mabuti imbes na gumawa ng mga hindi makabuluhang bagay. So talagang you make use your time at dyan pa lang po talagang that is the behavior of becoming an LP. So congratulations in advance sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa ating discussion this afternoon. Talagang that makes you to become a successful licensed teacher. Malapit na yan mangyari. Amen. Now, let's move on with question number 8. We have question number 8. Question. What does it take to have a strong self-efficacy? Okay. Paano daw po ba yung pagiging strong self-efficacy? We have letter A, 3 challenging problems as tasks to be mastered. Letter B, avoid challenging tasks. Letter C, let setbacks linger and remain in the consciousness. Letter D, never take interest on activities to be participated. Okay, the word there is self-efficacy. Okay, ask yourself, yung self-efficacy po ba ay connotes positive or negative? Yes, it connotes and denotes the positive explanation. O, nagbibigay po yan ng positibong meaning. Alright, so letter A, 3 challenging problems as tasks to be mastered. So, yung mga problema daw po na dumating sa'yo ay you have to take it as a challenge and you have to master it. So, sa ganyan kasi sa letter A, it's parang napaka-positive ng denotation and connotation niya. Okay, positive po yan. Alright, let's have this. Positive yung letter A. Letter B, avoid challenging tasks. Yung letter B, you have to avoid challenging tasks. So meaning ah yung dumating na mga challenging task sa buhay mo is kailangang i-avoid mo yon, ibaliwala mo pa ba yon? So that is connotes negative meaning. So hindi dapat, di ba? Hindi dapat. Kasi nga sabi nila, mas challenging, mas natututo ka. No, it's no. Letter C, let setbacks linger and remain in the consciousness. So positive, negative. Let setbacks linger and remain in the consciousness. So hayaan mo lang ba na manatili sa utak mo yung mga challenging tasks na yon or yung mga problems na yon at hahayaan mo na lang. So it means you have to never mind those tasks. Ganun po ba yon? Okay, no, it's negative. Letter D, never take interest on activities to be participated. Dito naman sa letter D, parang never mind mo pa rin yung mga activities na yun at ayaw mong mag-participate. So, it's negative. So, as you can see, may isang positive po tayo at may tatlong negative. So, sa ganyan po, if you don't know the meaning of self-efficacy, sa ating apat na options ay makakakuha ka na ng correct answer. So, yung correct answer dyan is yung naiiba. Kasi when it comes to board exam, if you don't know the question very well, you have to look for naiiba sa apat na option. So, it's possible talaga na yung naiiba is yung tamang sagot. So, there, with our question number 8, yung naiiba is letter A. Yes, very good. Treat challenging problems as tasks to be mastered. That is defines the self-efficacy of a better individual. Okay. So we have some characteristics of self-efficacy. We have strong sense of self-confidence. So if you have self-confidence to yourself, you um, you can have self-efficacy. Tama po ba? Yes, tama. Kasi kapag kilala mo yung sarili mo and you have the self-confidence, talagang ma-think mo talaga sa mind mo na kaya mo yan. Kaya mo yan. Ganun siya. Diba? Yung mga future LPT natin, kailangan po you have your self-confidence. Dapat bawal nega. Dapat always put in your mind that you will pass the board exam. So that is self-confidence. You have the sense of self-confidence. Amen. All right. Another characteristic is that self-evaluation and self-awareness ay high. So kapag sinabi natin self-evaluation and self-awareness are high, it means that talagang binibigyan natin ng atensyon, ng pansin yung bawat challenges that comes into our lives. Hindi natin yan binabaliwala. Okay. And with that, since binibigyan natin siya ng pansin, ng attention, we are coming up into solutions. Kung paano natin yan solusyonan. Hindi po ba? Yeah, so, we as Filipinos, we are flexible. Hindi ba? Hindi tayo basta-basta sumusuko. Meron nga dyan bumabagyo o nakasmile pa rin. That is become being flexible. Diba? So, only here in Philippines. Next characteristic, willingness to take rest or step outside of your comfort zone. Tayong mga Filipino or even we as a teachers, kung ano lang yung comfort zone natin, parang doon na lang tayo. Kasi minsan nga, we have our attitude na parang hindi ko yan kayang gawin, mga ganun-ganun na bagay. But in real life talaga, the moment that you step out from your comfort zone, doon mo talaga makikita yung true success. Tama po ba? Yes. Kasi bilang tao, the learning is continuous. Learning never stops. So, we have to take out from our comfort zone and dapat we are willing to take rest. It's either small or big things. We have to be willing to take rest. Kung negative man siya yung outcome niya, if ever na nag-failed ka po, just just hold on and never give up. Bangon lang. Alright, so that is one characteristic of self-efficacy. Another is ability to solve tough or challenging problems. So kaya mong mag-solve ng mga challenging problems. Highly motivated to reach goals. Resilient, able to recover from setbacks. So being resilient and being flexible is one of the best ano talaga, attitudes or behaviors na gusto ko sa mga Pinoy, sa mga Filipinos, being resilient and flexible. So, I hope that every one of you, especially those who are watching right now, you must have the self-efficacy to yourselves. And with that, um, you can overcome all the struggles, even the board exam. Talagang, um, you can take it and be a winner and become an LPT. Yes. So go back with the question. The correct answer is letter A. Three challenging problems as fast to be mastered. Yes, very good. And now let's move on to number 9 question. Okay, number 9. Tao na naman po pag-uusapan natin dito. The father of modern taxonomy and responsible for classifying man as Homo sapiens is sa mga TTL family ko. This type of questions as tinatanong ko na po. Kaya siguro sisiw na lang to. Kasi always kaming nagpapadrills and most of our questions are pabalik-balik na lang. So that is general education. Kasi naman yung general education is parang stock knowledge, di ba? Unlike sa prof ed that you need to talagang undergo ka talaga ng mga concepts at talagang pag-aaralan mo siya. Okay, so go back with the question. The father of modern taxonomy, sino po ba yan? Letter A, Aristotle. Letter B, Gregor Mendel. Letter C, Carl Linnaeus. Letter D, Charles Darwin. Okay, that's number 9. Sino po yung father of modern taxonomy? Okay, okay, natapos na po ba magsagot? Okay, the correct answer is letter, letter C, Carl Linnaeus. So that is, or he is considered as the father of modern taxonomy. Tama po. At siya din po yung nag-classify ng mga Homo sapiens, like this one. Okay, so si Linnaeus po ay isang Swedish naturalist. Developed a system for classifying plants and animals based on hierarchy of categories ranging from kingdom down to species. This table shows the classification of modern humans, Homo sapiens. Okay, so the man who classified as Homo sapiens is no other than Carl Linnaeus. Nawala na po yung picture kanina. But, okay. The modern taxonomy is Carl Linnaeus, letter C. Now, let's move on to Aristotle. Sino po ba yung si Aristotle na yan? Siya po ay kilala as father of political science. As you can see, more on science po siya and tinagurian siyang father of political science and he contributed significantly to the field of political philosophy, social philosophy, and economic philosophy. Okay. As with many other sciences, modern political science evolved considerably from its early roots on time of Aristotle and Plato. Okay. Kapag sinabi natin father of modern taxonomy, Carl Linnaeus. Kapag father of political science, Aristotle. Alright. Another one is Gregor Mendel. Sino naman po yung si Gregor Mendel? Siya po ay yung genetics or also known as the father of genetics. Tama? Father of genetics, Gregor Mendel. Okay. So sa kanya, according to sa kanya ay meron siyang 7 different traits in Pea plants. That is height, father parents. Okay, wala na po yan. So yun lang po, Gregor Mendel, father of genetics. And of course, we have Charles Darwin. Kilala din po siya sa theory of evolution. I like this theory talaga. Kasi it's between science eh. Science versus biblical, di ba? So, because between science and biblical. So, kung ikaw ay moral science, of course, you have to go with Darwin's theory of evolution. But if you are more on biblical, the theory of God, of course, on how we evolve on this earth, nagmula tayo sa Panginoon. Yun. So, Charles Darwin is known for his theory of evolution. Evolution or change over time is the process by which modern organisms have descended from ancient organisms. So, like this one, like in this picture. So, yung una, ano ba to? Ibon. Yung ibon is parang ganito lang yung formation niya. 'Di ba? Ganito yung formation niya. And as time goes by, habang siya ay lumalaki or tumatanda, uh, there is a changes. Changes na nagiging ganito na po siya. Like us. Kasi as you can see, kapag nakita niyo sa picture, hindi ko na po siya na-include dito, yung picture ng evolution ng tao, yung mga Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, talagang yung una is, yung formation talaga ng tao is just like a monkey. Yes, a monkey, yung parang nagmula tayo sa mga monkey, di ba? And as time goes by, we have this parang ganito na yung ano natin, formation. At talagang tuwid na tayo na nakatayo. Unlike before na parang nakakuba tayo, that is the Charles Darwin theory of evolution. So that is, hindi lang tao, pati na rin ang mga animals. So, binibigyang pansin din yan ni Charles Darwin. So that is theory of evolution. A scientific theory is an explanation of natural events that is supported by evidence. Tama nga naman that if you have something, dapat may evidence. Alright, so that is Charles Darwin theory of evolution. Isulat niyo po, nagtitake down notes. Alright, very good. Now let's move on with number 10 questions. Alright, number 10 question. Mga tao ulit. Who was this English naturalist who hypothesized that evolution resulted from natural selection? Kakasabi ko lang kanina, hindi ba evolution? Evolution is the clue. Another one is natural selection. Sino yun? Sino yun? Letter A, Gregor Mendel. Letter B, Charles Darwin. Letter C, Linnaeus. Letter D, Stevens. The correct answer is sa evolution, sa natural selection. Sino-sino yun? Of course, Charles Darwin. Letter B, very good. Wow. Alam na, alam na. Okay. So, here it is. So, Charles Darwin, of course, he is a British naturalist who proposed the theory of evolution. Yun kanina nga po, in natural selection. Okay, so yun lang po. Kapag sinabi namang father of genetics, of course, we have Mendel. Kanina, father of genetics, Mendel. Kapag sinabing father of modern taxonomy, that is Linnaeus. Father of modern taxonomy, Linnaeus. At kapag sinabi nating si Steven, kanina yung letter D, di ba? Dito, kanina. Steven. So, kilala niyo po ba siya? Parang hindi siya gaano familiar sa atin. But, here it is. Stevens-Johnson syndrome. O may tinatawag siyang Johnson syndrome. So, it is toxic epidermal necrolysis. It's a rare, acute, serious, and potentially fatal skin reaction in which there are a sheet-like skin and mucosal loss accompanied by systematic symptoms. Medications are causative in over 80% of cases. So, kay Stevens, nag-promote lang siya or meron siyang tinatawag na Johnson syndrome. It is a rare, an acute, and serious fatal skin reaction or disease. I don't have pictures of Johnson syndrome. Ang parang pangit niya tingnan, guys. Parang nagre-reddish yung skin ng ganitong syndrome. So if you have time, you can search it. Parang ang lala niya, as in, yung Johnson syndrome by Stevens, yan po sa kanya. May parang bilog-bilog sa skin. Okay, so that is Stevens promotes or sa kanya po yung Johnson syndrome. Alright. So, kopya-kopya muna kayo dyan. Charles Darwin, evolution, Mendel, father of genetics, father of modern taxonomy naman si Linnaeus. Okay, now, okay na po ba? Let's go to number 11. 11 na po tayo. Ilan na po yung score nyo? Comment nyo po mamaya. And don't forget to share this video after you watch sa mga friends niyo or colleagues niyo na mag-board exams din this September or in the future. Talagang it would be a big, big help for them. Yes, let's help them. Okay, number 11. Okay, number 11, about naman tayo sa virus. A virus has a protein shield, protein shield. Sorry. Okay, again. A virus has a protein shield called, ano po ang tawag doon sa shield na yon? Letter A, capsid. Letter B, nucleus. Okay, the correct answer is letter. Ang tawag po sa shield na yun ay capsid. Okay, now let us differentiate between capsid and nucleus. Okay, here, the capsid. In order to protect the fragile nucleic acid from this harsh environment, the virus surrounds its nucleic acid with a protein shield or shell called the capsid. So, para po mapangalagaan yung nucleic acid na yun, ay pinalilibutan ng shell na tinatawag nating capsid. Just like this one. As you can see, this one. Okay, that is the capsid. From the Latin capsa, meaning box. The capsid is composed of one or more different types of proteins that repeat over and over again to create the entire capsid. So that is the capsid. As you can see, here siya po yung nag-protect sa nucleic acid. Capsid is a three-dimensional proteins a capsular shell around virus that encloses the viral genetic material. So that is, yung tandaan lang po natin is ano daw yung tawag sa nagpo-protect sa virus. Isang shield po siya, nagpo-protect. That is capsid. Alright, ano naman po ba yung letter B, nucleus? And nucleus, as related to genomics, is the membrane-enclosed organelle. Organelle naman po siya. Within a cell that contains the chromosomes. Speaking of chromosomes, how many chromosomes do we have? How many? We have in our human body we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. So 23 times 2 for the total of 46 chromosomes. So yun po. Minsan tinatanong din po yan sa board exam. 23 chromosomes yung meron tayo as a human body. So i-times 2 nyo po yun, bali 46. Alright, go back. An array of holes or pores in the nuclear membrane allows for the selective passage of certain molecules such as proteins and nucleic acids into and out of the nucleus. Okay, here is the look of nucleus. Here it is. So it's just like an egg, di ba? Parang siyang egg. And this one, may tinatawag siya dito. Ito, yung part nito is mga bilog-bilog, tinatawag po yung pore. Parang pores. And this one is endoplasmic reticulum. So yung nucleus na po yun, ay ito siya, nucleus. Para siya, that is, contains a chromosomes, organelle. Alright, so that is, kapag shell na nag-protect sa virus, capsid. Kapag nucleus naman, it's like something to do with chromosomes. And, yeah, contains chromosomes. Okay, so, understand? Nakuha na po. Okay, para talaga siyang egg. Kasi yellow niya pa dito. Now, let's move on with question number 12. Malapit na tayong matapos. Okay, question number 12. The term used in showing the feeding connections among all the living things is called. Ano daw yung term na tawag sa feeding connections by all living things? Letter A, energy pyramid. Letter B, nutrition cycle. Letter C, food web. Letter D, water cycle. Wag nang patumpik-tumpik pa. Boom, karaka-raka, alam ng lahat ito. The correct answer is letter C, food web. Diba? Yung clue natin dyan is feeding connections eh. Diba? Feeding connections. Yung feeding from the word food. O pwede din, feed, food. Diba? May clue na. Kapag feeding, we have food. So the correct answer is letter C. Now let us discuss it one by one. Food web is an important conceptual tool for illustrating the feeding relationships among species within a community, revealing species interactions and community structure, and understanding the dynamics of energy transfer in an ecosystem. So it's something to do with this. Para ito po siya, food web. This is the diagram. Tingnan niyo po yung diagram na ito. Hindi po ba? Parang nag-interconnected sila one by one. Parang yung grass, and then kakainin ni grasshopper, yung grasshopper kakainin ng frog, kakainin ng rat, and then kakainin niya. Parang nag-interconnected sila one by one. Diba? That is food web. Feeding connections. Okay. Now, yung option number, letter A naman kanina is energy pyramid. So what is energy pyramid? Energy pyramid is a model that shows the flow of energy from one trophic or feeding level to the next in ecosystem. Kung kanina, yung grass ay parang nakakonect siya sa iba't ibang living organisms, hindi lang po siya isa, connected siya one by one. Ito naman yung pyramid is parang may level siya, may level. Okay. So the model is in the diagram that compares the energy used by organisms at each trophic level. The energy in an energy pyramid is measured in units of kilocalories. So, yung energy daw po sa pyramid is measured by kilocalories. So, tandaan niyo po yan. Baka po lumabas. Kilocalories. Yung tawag sa units na nagma-measured sa energy pyramid. So, here it is. Ito po yung energy pyramid. As you can see, parang nga po siyang pyramid, hindi po ba? So, bawat level po na yan ay nagpo-produce ng kilocalories. So, as you can see po, sa baba, we have here the grass. So, yung grass, yung talagang pinakababa niya ay tinatawag siyang producers and yung kilocalories niya po is 1,000. Okay, 1,000. And next po sa grass na yan is yung grasshopper. E di po ba yung grasshopper ay kinakain nila yung grass? So, meron po tayong 100 kilocalories na lang po. Diba? That is, kanina kasi sa food web talagang interconnected sila. Dito naman po sa energy pyramid, talagang may level po dito sa energy pyramid. So, pagkatapos po ng grasshopper, of course, kakainin siya ng rat. And of course, yung rat is kakainin naman siya ng bird. So, that is the bird, also known as the tertiary consumers na. Yes. So, yung producers natin dyan is grass. So, that shows your energy pyramid. Umuulan po sa amin. I hope na okay lang po yung audio ko. Dahil nga po may bagyo. So, keep safe tayong lahat, teachers. And of course, syempre, health is well. Talagang alagaan nyo ang inyong mga sarili, kansugan sa papalapit na board exam. Dapat physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually healthy. Amen. Okay. So we have another option kanina, the nitrogen or nutrition cycle. Ano po ba yung nutrition cycle? So from the word nutrition, hindi po ba? Okay. The nutrition cycle is a system where energy and matter are transferred between living organisms and non-living parts of the environment. So yung energy daw po ay nagtatransfer between living things and non-living things. This occurs as animals and plants consume nutrient foods in the soil, and these nutrients are then released back into the environment via death and composition. So parang ito siya. Parang cycle nga po. Kasi kapag sinabi natin cycle, nauulit lang po yan, hindi po ba? Hindi ka pareho kanina ng food web and nung ano natin, pyramid. Ito po ang nutrition cycle is cycle, nauulit lang po siya. So maybe we can start here. First, the plant, the photosynthesis, go with, okay, we have, of course, the organic carbon, the dead organisms, parang cycle lang po siya. So nauulit lang po yan. So that is nutrition cycle. So, that is nutrition cycle. Bali yung mga energy po ay napupunta sa living things man or non-living things. Okay. Now let's move on with number 13 questions. Okay. So number 13, which of the following statement is true? Saan po yung statements na to ay totoo? Doon po tayo sa totoo. All right, letter A, light travel fastest in vacuum while sound travel fastest in solid. Yung light daw po ba ay nagta-travel fastest sa vacuum, and then kapag sound naman po ay travel fastest in solid. Okay. Letter B, light travel fastest in solid while sound travel fastest in liquid. Kapag sa light daw po, fastest siya solid and fastest in liquid. Okay. Letter C, both light and sound travel fastest in vacuum. Pareho lang po ba yung light and the sound natin na nag-fastest in vacuum? Or letter D, both light and sound travel fastest in solid. Pareho lang po ba sila ng fastest? Okay, reflect. Reflect yourself. Saan po yung nakatotohanan dyan? Out na natin si letter C at si letter D. Siyempre, hindi yun pareho. Okay. You have your letter A and letter B na lang. Alin dyan yung totoo? Yung aso ko natatakot sa kidlat tsaka sa thunder. Okay, so the correct answer is what letter? Letter A, letter B, letter, letter A. Oh wait, what happened? Letter A. Nasa pen ko. Ayun, letter A. Letter A po ang totoo dyan. Okay, now let's define. As a rule, sound travels slowest through gases. So, ito po yung rule. Kapag sa gases po, kapag sa sound, travel po siya slowest sa gas. Kapag faster, liquids naman po, at yung pinaka-fastest ay solid. So, sa sound, ano po ba? Kapag sa sound po pinag-uusapan natin, sound, bali ito po yung rule. Gases, liquids, and solids. Sa sound, kapag sound ang pag-uusapan, slowest in gas, faster in liquids, and yung pinaka-fastest ay solids. So, yung letter A kanina, light, sound travels in solid. Tama, diba? Sound travels in fastest in solid. So, ito po siya. Sound travel fastest in solid. Alright, solid. Tama. Yan po. At yung, hindi na naman nalagay. At yung light natin, travels fastest in vacuum. Kapag light natin travel fastest in vacuum. Kapag light Fastest in vacuum. Vacuum siya, vacuum. Ang hirap. Okay, vacuum man. Basta ito yung gas. Kapag ano kasi, yung sa speed of light kasi kapag slower siya sa water. Slower naman siya sa water. At yung pinaka fastest niya is vacuum. Okay, water yung slower siya. So it should be water, air, vacuum. Okay, now let's move on with number 14 question. Dalawa na lang po ang meron tayong natitira. Number 14. An atom of chlorine has an atomic number of 17 and a mass number of 35. How many electrons are there in the atom? So yung tinatanong natin dyan is the electrons. How many electrons? Is it letter A, 1, letter B, 17, letter C, 18, letter D, 35? Ang tinatanong po yung electron, ilan daw po yung electron niya sa chlorine? Ilan yung electron sa chlorine? The correct answer is letter B, 17. Bakit po 17? Guessing lang po ba or alam na alam ang sagot? So here's that rationale or the discussion. Okay, chlorine has an atomic number of 17 and atomic mass of 35. Meaning that an atom of chlorine consists of 17 protons and 17 electrons and 18 neutrons. Mamaya ipapakita ko po sa inyo. As a member of the halogen family on the periodic table, chlorine is very active with metals and for salts. So the correct answer po is 17. Ito na po siya. Alright, CI. CI means chlorine sa inyong mga periodic table. So kanina, yung atomic number niya po is 17, tama? Kapag meron po kayo dyan periodic table, tingnan niyo po, sa taas ng symbol name na ito na CI, which means chlorine, may nakalagay po dyan na number. Yung number po dyan sa taas ay tinatawag na atomic number. At tandaan po natin na yung atomic number ay equivalent niya po yung number of electrons and number of protons. Again, yung atomic number po dyan ay equivalent niya po sa number of electrons and number of protons. So it means that kung ano yung atomic number na makikita nyo sa taas, yan din po yung number ng electrons and number of protons. So dahil 17 ang number na yan, therefore, number of electrons is also 17 and number of protons is also 17. So yan lang po ang tatandaan natin dyan. And as you can see, kung sa taas may number na tinatawag nating atomic number, sa baba po ay may tinatawag din tayong atomic mass. So that is AMU or tinatawag nating atomic mass unit. So nung high school tayo, one of the subject is chemistry. Di ba po? Alright, so yun lang po. Ang tanong kanina, ilan daw yung electrons? 17. Kasi kung ano yung atomic number, yan din po yung atomic number of electrons. So that's why kung ano ito, yan din po ang sagot. 17. Tama, very good. Right. So yung atomic number is equivalent to number of electrons and number of protons. Okay. Example, another example, kapag sinabi na atomic number of oxygen, okay. Atomic number of oxygen, may periodic table po ba kayo dyan? Okay, ito na lang po, atomic number of oxygen. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. Okay, ang tanong, ilan yung number of protons ni oxygen? Letter A, 8. Letter B, 6. Hanggang dalawa lang. Letter A, 8. Letter B, 6. Kasi ang atomic number ni oxygen is 8. Ang sagot po ay 8. Kasi nga po, ano yung atomic number nung symbol na yon is yun din po yung number of protons na makukuha niyo. Since yung atomic number ni oxygen is 8, yung number of protons niya po is 8. Alright, understand na po? Yes, mahalaga po yan. Okay, so now let's go with number 15 questions. Whoa, number 15 na tayo. Alright, let's do this. Number 15. What term is given to the surface of the Earth between the Tropic of Cancer and the equator? So ano daw po yung tawag sa surface of the Earth na between the Tropic, Cancer, and the equator? Letter A, longitude. Letter B, meridian. Letter C, zone. Letter D, solstice. Kahit nakapikit ka, alam na alam niyo to. Diba? Hindi naman sa pagiging boastful, pero talagang sisiw na lang ng mga tanong na ito sa inyo. The correct answer is zone. Letter C. Alright. Ito po ang term na ginagamit sa pagitan ng Tropic, Cancer, and the equator. The answer is zone. Okay. So the imaginary lines that are 23.5 degrees away from the equator, but also all of the area between these lines, the region of the planet called the tropical zone or the zone itself, or torrid zone. So kilala din po pala yung zone bilang tropical zone and torrid zone. The Earth's tilt is responsible for the position of 4 of the 5 great circles. So yun ang po, zone, tropical zone or torrid zone is the same. Okay? So here it is. Ito po. Imagine that this is the globe. And yung sa mga globe nyo, ay meron tayong dyang mga lines na nakikita. Yes. And yung center po niyaan between the temperate zone is, ang sa pagitan niya po yung kanina, yung sa equator. Di ba? Yung sa equator is, ang tanong kanina, yung sa Tropic of Cancer and Equator, yung center niya po is the tropical zone. So, ito nga po siya. Right. So, that is the tropical zone. So, paano naman po yung ibang mga options natin kanina? Yung longitude, yung meridian, and solstice. So, ito po siya. Kapag po sinabi nating longitude, it is the lines of longitude, also called meridians, are imaginary lines that divided the Earth. So, yun po ay mga imaginary lines na nagdi-divide the Earth natin, like just like this one. That is the longitude. They run north to south from pole to pole, but they measure the distance east to or west. The prime meridian, which runs through Greenwich, England, has a longitude of 0 degrees. So, yung longitude po is the imaginary lines na nagdi-divide sa Earth natin. That is longitude. Okay. So, of course, when we say the meridian is the middle. Okay, meridian. The imaginary north-south line on the Earth's surface that connects both geographic poles. So, kung ang longitude po ay imaginary line din na nagdi-divide sa Earth, yung meridian naman po ay imaginary line na papunta siya sa north to south line in the Earth's surface. So, that is a meridian. And of course, we have the zone, yung kanina, and of course, yung tinatawag na solstice. Okay, or sa Tagalog tinatawag siyang solstice. Ito ang panahon kung kailan mas nakahilig o nakakiling ang daigdig, kaugnay ito ng mga iconics. I don't have here the pictures of Saltis. But as you can see, as you can research, sa mga planets na yan, sa center dyan ay may sun. So, yung Saltis, meron din tayong tinatawag na summer solstice, di ba? Which is ang panahon na natatamo ng araw ang greatest declination. So, during the time, mas, mas mainit ang ating panahon. So, that is solstice. Summer solstice. So, longitude, meridian, solstice. But the correct answer for number 15 is zone. Yan po ang tawag again sa surface of the Earth between the tropic, Cancer, and the equator. Okay, so that is our last question. So, tapos na po tayo ngayong hapon. Thank you so much, teachers, sa ating mga viewers. Maraming salamat po. And don't forget to like and comment your score, whatever it is. Be proud. Kasi pinaghirapan nyo po yan. And of course, share nyo po itong video na ito sa mga friends nyo or kilala nyo mga colleagues that will take also the board exam para po makatulong po tayo. So it is free. And of course, before I end, I just would like to congratulate you in advance, mga future licensed teachers natin dyan. Congratulations. Okay, so before I end, I would like to leave this saying. Okay. Hindi nakukuha ang tagumpay sa isang tulog lang. Tandaan, lahat ng bagay pinaghihirapan, pinagpapaguran, at pinagtsatsagaan. So, it is a simple saying, but it brings us great impact, which means yung success natin is walang shortcut yan. You have to exert effort, more effort. You have to be competent, and of course, have self-confidence, and of course, never give up. Kasi yung success is walang shortcut dyan. Talagang pinaghihirapan bawat success. So, I remember more, ano, sa internet, I remember may mga nagpo-post ng mga reviewers daw, mga actual board exam question. O, kailangan mong bumili worth 5,000, 30,000, wag po kayong maniwala dyan. Mas masarap sa feeling na ang isang success ay pinaghirapan mo kaysa mag-avail ka ng reviewer na sabi daw nila is actual board exam question. Wala pong ganon. So, kung ako po sa inyo, paghirapan nyo po ang success na gusto nyong makuha, just like becoming an LPT. Kasi it's very good. It's good to the heart. Kasi yung feeling talagang, di ba? Yun na po. So, maraming salamat, teachers, and have a good afternoon. So, bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless everyone. Mabuhay tayong lahat.